And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. Of course, another day, another great show we have planned for you here, of course, at hightidecountry.net and also powered by the Sports Guys Podcast.com and presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey and, of course, Honky Tonk Texas. If you'd like to become a sponsor, hit us up at the email contact on the social media pages out there, too, as well. And, of course, some great shows tomorrow and into next week. American Idol, Mary Beth Bird going to come by, Cassie Joy, and a whole lot more. Chris Colston also next week here on the Backstage Pass. Pleased to welcome in one of my buddies I had a chance to run into at a big show there a couple of months ago at the very Honky Tonk, Texas. And he's got no apologies right now. That's the title of the latest album out there across all the digital platforms. Yeah, we're full of information here on the show. Clay Hollis, San Antonio native, Texas country artist. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Brandon. Pleasure to be on with you. Thanks for having me, man.
All good. Always good to have you, brother, too. Well, hey, let's start right here, man, because you have been busier I guess than a cow in a pasture, no doubt, out there too. But talk about eating grass and keeping it going, man. This tour thing is really taking off. You got great management, a great team behind you, and dude, this album is kicking ass. Talk about just the success over the last 3 or 4 months.
Man, yeah, we've had 2023 has been really great so far. Musically, we've just been playing anywhere we can go. Anyone that'll have us. I just recently signed a new booking agency deal with Grant Entertainment, or we're in the process of getting that all finalized, and that's been a blessing, and we're seeing a lot of bigger and newer shows come our way, and of course no apologies. There's 11 songs on the album. It came out late last year, so really it's only about 6 months old, and we're still just chipping away at plugging that record and playing it out at all these shows, and just there's a lot of people that are still new to the music. So we're, everywhere we go, we're always introducing ourselves to new people. So it's just one of those things,
Yeah, talk about that venue. Honky Tonk, Texas. You're out there opening for supporting Randall King and his act out there too, which we got a chance to see you guys. And good friend Donis Moras was out there too, having a good time and just enjoying the night. Great venue to play. I know you've done it before there too, and just a great atmosphere. And those crowds, man, the crowds have been insane to get back out there to enjoy live music.
Man, yeah. In fact, that particular room, Honky Tonk, Texas, was fun. I haven't played like what I call just a good old off the highway honky tonk in a long time. We're playing, there's a lot of newer venues, but that place has been around, you can tell. And it's just so nostalgic, and it's a smaller room, but still big enough to pack a good crowd. And I mean, it was between the dim lights and the thick smoke. Remember that song? Man, we had and the loud music. We had a great time that night, especially, with Randall, of course. And
yeah.
The crowd was great, and to play East Texas over that way was definitely new. I don't think I'd ever played that far east before, and I think everyone there that night had a great time with us. So, we were very grateful and blessed to be on that show, and we got to hang out, of course.
Yeah.
And yeah, not sure when we'll be out back that way, but we're just chipping away at it. Just gotta come see us somewhere close.
Yeah, we'll definitely catch those shows. And guys, that catch a Clay Hollis show, you're in for a special treat out there too. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you from someone who's done it out there too that it doesn't get any better than that. And of course, you throw somebody like Randall King on top of it coming after it too, or even before it, or what have you. Whatever order it's in, they're great shows. Randall King, and of course Clay Hollis out there too. Hey, let's go back to the times when things were tough, but I think this EP did well on some charts. The Honky Tonk Highway EP. I want to go back to it a little bit because I loved every song on that particular record too. You had 6 great songs off of that record. The title track itself, Lonelyville, which was one of my favorites too. Kind of hit on some highlights of that record for me.
Well, trying to think, what the highlight of it was. I went into the studio knowing that we were just going to do those 6 songs, and we recorded the album at the very beginning of 2020, in January of 2020. We were gearing up for a big year. We got the masters back, sometime around February, March. And then if you recall, the whole world shut down in March of 2020. so there I was sitting with a brand new EP in my hand, and we were debating on like, well, what do we do now? Like, should we wait to release, or we just didn't really know what exactly was going on. And the it was a shame that we had to sit on that EP for so long, because it was done by, like I said, the beginning of March, and it didn't release to the public, I think, until October. So we sat on it for many months, and it was I love that EP. I think it's great. It really it was a step in the right direction of growing. Of course, I had my first #1 Texas single off of that EP called title "Anybody Loving You Lately" was #1 for, I believe, 2 weeks on the Texas charts, and then at the end of the year of 2020, it came back to be the #1 most played single of the year as well. So that was amazing. So credits to that Honky Tonk Highway EP for doing that, and of course everyone that worked on it, the amazing studio musicians up at Farmland Studios, my buddy Alex Torres that co-produced on it, and man, it was just, that was a really fun EP. It was just sad, because of the circumstances of COVID and where the country was at and everything, and the state of country music itself, and doing the whole independent artist thing. It's tough for anyone that doesn't know what it's like being an independent artist. You're funding everything at every turn, every corner, and everything across the board costs money. So it's just one of those things.
Everything does cost money, no doubt, too. But you've got your own unique sound. And what I love about this, and I want to highlight the one off of there, too. I mentioned a few tracks there, but congratulations on that #1 there for the 2 weeks off the Honky Tonk Highway EP. Lonelyville was such a great song. And I want to get deeper into the songwriting of this, because
Deep into
you're a great songwriter. Talk to me about that a little bit, Lonelyville.
I didn't write Lonelyville. Lonelyville got pitched to me by one of my very good friends. His name is Bernie Nelson, songwriter, back and forth from Nashville and Fredericksburg, Texas. Bernie and I sat down, actually tried to write a few for the EP, and never could quite pin one down. So after he went through his books and notes and everything's computers now, he sent me a couple songs, and Lonelyville was just kind of stuck out to me for some odd, strange reason. I struck a chord with the song, and it just felt like something I had to sing about. It was I think everybody's been in a low spot in their life, and it's really just about we're here to help each other. It's really about a guy telling a girl, like, hey, I'm your ticket out of loneliness. Is really the message of the song. But more so than that, it's just it's a message of saying, like, of lifting up someone, getting them out of a spot. And I'm your one-way ticket out of Lonelyville, as the song sings.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the shirt. I want to say thank you for that shirt, man, because I love this song. We were down there on the coast last week, and I tell you, man, it was beautiful weather, hot, but made me think of the song "Coast is Clear," which is that blue shirt I kept wearing down there too, because I didn't want to wear black because it was just too hot outside. But to wear blue and understand what the coast is all about, and understand this song it runs deep so much that people can really understand what this is like, especially if you're like us. I live along the coast down here in near Houston, Texas, Beaumont down here. But great song. Give me the backstory, kind of where this got started, and great songwriting for this one, man.
Well, thank you. Yeah, wrote that one with my buddy Justin Adams and Joey Hollis. We jokingly say he's my cousin from Nashville. We got the same last name. But anyhow, we kind of back to the COVID thing. Everyone, the whole world was shut down. Well, I found myself professionally fishing and tournament fishing on big sport fish boats. And like, I just kind of hung the guitar up for a few months during the pandemic, and I was just fishing nonstop. And fishing's always been a part of my life. I grew up going to the coast every summer with my grandparents and my family. And So when I was in Nashville, writing towards the new record, everyone was like, "Man, you write a song about being at the coast. What do you like about being down there? It's a place where I go. It's my happy place for sure. It's my stress relief. I love to, we're always drinking a couple cold ones with the guys, with whatever group we got down there, and of course it's an offshore fantasy land of getting in the boat and just traveling offshore, like seeing the land disappear behind you as you go further and further offshore. If you've never been deep sea fishing, it's something that I grew up doing, and I encourage anyone and everyone to go at least try offshore fishing once in their life. And basically that song is my story about getting in my truck on a day, like today, and loading up a couple overnight bag, and literally spontaneously, I would always do this. I would be like, I'd wake up one morning and be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to the coast today. We're 2 hours away. I'm in San Antonio down to Port Aransas, 2.5 hours, not that big of a deal. Throw my bag in the truck, hit Highway 37, and I'm southbound. And I get to the coast, load up the boat, get your fuel, get your bait, get your ice, and let's go fishing. So the key factor of the song too, shout out to my buddy Ryan Moore. The boat name, we have a 46 Hatteras called Hammered Down was the name of the boat. And it was our way of saying sorry for that. Sorry of saying, hey, we're hammered down. We're everything is hammered down. Like it was a term of endearment for all of us. If we're hooked up to a big blue marlin, hammer down, let's go. And of course the boat is called Hammer Down, and of course the boat's got twin diesel engines, so got the diesels wound up. We're hammered down. I ain't thinking about you could mean it was really not necessarily about a girlfriend or a girl or anything. It was just like I'm not thinking about my problems, the world back home, right? I ain't thinking about you, right? I'm here. I'm offshore fishing right now. I'm in my happy place, and I mean that's in a nutshell. I hope that answers your question about what Coast Clear means to me.
And then I lived it down there when I was talking before the show a little bit. Dolphin Docks was the one I used out there too, which was fantastic. Yeah. You've done it before, and Captain Tim and the guys do such a great job. The crew and everybody just says, shout out to them, because man, the red snapper there a couple of weeks ago, I got some in the freezer. Plan on doing a fish fry here in a couple of weeks too. I already did one, so I got enough for a second one. But beautiful red snapper, and man, he takes you to the right spots, and man, the rates are very affordable. So you hadn't lived till you really do some offshore fishing too. And Clay and I could talk about fishing all day, but we got to talk about country music and talk about him performing here on the Backstage Pass. No Apologies is the new album. Came out there last November 18th, I believe it was 18th, 19th, somewhere in there. But No Apologies is last November. So riding it now 6 months or so. Make sure you guys go download and talk about that record and give us some comments there in the comment box if you've heard it here. And check out clayhollis.com. We'll take a time out. One of two, maybe three songs coming up here on the Backstage Pass. A word from our friends at Banktail Whiskey. Hang tight. It is the Backstage Pass at hightidecountry.net. And, of course, at the sportsguyspodcast.com. More with Clay Hollis here on the Backstage Pass. Hang tight.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle. And the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And, of course, with summertime, the next couple of weeks, we'll be doing some shows earlier than that. Of course, about middle of August, we'll go back to that 3:30 to 6:30 time slot. Of course, you can catch us 5 times a week there, hightidecountry.net. And, of course, out there live each week, show archived at the sportsguyspodcast.com. Back here presented by our friends at Bangtail Whiskey. And we talked about that venue, Honky Tonk, Texas. Always something Derek's doing out there, too, to greet in and welcome an audience out there. And one of the hardest working guys I know in the entertainment business. Back here with Clay Hollis on the Backstage Pass. And, brother, time for me to shut up and get you to talk on, as Randall would say, too, we that night. And great songs on this album. And definitely we're going to talk about a few of these and break down some tracks. So 1 of 2, maybe 3. What are we going to hear?
Well, we could kind of just, if you're the one that's been listening to the album, doing your homework for the interview. So you tell me, what do you want to hear?
All right.
Brandon?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to lead off with, too. My favorite off the album, Before She Changes Her Mind. Let's do that one first, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it, too. And if I can request one right now, that's going to be one that I was on the morning run this morning. I kept playing that one over and over again to have a little fun with it. It's Clay Hollis. Here you go.
As I like to say, we always send this one out to the ladies. It's called Before She Changes Her Mind. Ordered up a margarita, said, "Where's my pina colada?" She does that a lot of the time. Before we came out tonight, she put on a red dress, blue dress, black dress. She could be a mess, but that's alright. Got me thinking I probably shouldn't wait before I say what I've got to say. Before she changes her mind, before she flips on a dime, before her heart even knows I stole it, I better make my move while she's still feeling the groove. It's only a matter of time before she changes her mind. Yeah. Says she wants to get out of the city, get her country on, long as she can throw her boots and her blue jeans on. And her playlist goes from Kanye to Conway, George Strait to T-Pain. Don't care who sees her singing along. She's everything I wanted and more, yeah. So I better make damn sure before she changes her mind, before she flips on a dime, before her heart even knows I stole it, I better make my move while she's still feeling the groove. It's only a matter of time before she changes her mind. She got me thinking I probably shouldn't wait before I say what I've got to say. Hey, hey. Before she changes her mind, before she flips on a dime, before her heart even knows I stole it, I better make my move while she's still feeling the groove. It's only a matter of time before she changes her mind. Before she changes her mind. Oh, before she changes her mind. Yeah. Before she changes her mind. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Hold that note. That's my favorite. All that records right there. No apologies too. And I got to get into the writing of this because, man, good country songs always involve great ideas or co-writes, or you write it yourself. How did this one get started?
Well, I got to say right off the bat, not a writer on this one. I got to shout out my buddy Aaron Goodman, who is up in Nashville. Aaron normally comes in clutch. We every time we're working on a project, we come up short about, 1, 2, maybe 3 songs that we're still looking for. I like for songs to hit different channels. And Aaron is a good friend of mine that I met through another songwriter friend of mine, Bart Butler. And Aaron is a hell of a songwriter. He's originally from Canada. And I have a couple other cuts on my previous albums, songs you might recognize: Straight to Jones, Missing You, Missing Me off the new record. We've got, of course, my number one was Anybody Loving You Lately. All credits to Mr. Aaron Goodman. I feel like I don't know where his head was at when he wrote the song with his co-writers, but when I finally got a hold of the song, of course, they send a whole list of pitches and song demos and whatnot. And I was just what I like to call demo jail, when you're sitting, you just got headphones and you're just, in your own head, like trying to pick out songs for your next project. I mean, that's the hardest thing too, I think, as an artist, when you're not writing your own music, which I do write my own music, but of course we're cutting outside songs. I think that's can be challenging to see, could this song fit me? Or could I see myself singing this song, or whatever the question might be? And, there's just some type of chemistry between Aaron and I in the way he writes and what he's singing about in his own project and his own career. Some of the songs that get passed by, I feel like I've had a connection with some of the way he writes and the stories he tells. So for me personally, Before She Changes Her Mind was just it was a song and a message that one, made me laugh. But two, it was like, man, I think everyone can relate to, their wife, their girlfriend, someone you're trying to, go out with for the first time. You're trying to get that girl to go out on a date with you. And it's just the challenges of a love story. And it's kind of, I don't know, the song, lyrically has that message. And then sonically, we in the studio, I told the guys, I was like, rock it out, man. Like I love to feel it. It's got the 4 on the floor beat. It's a song that when you're driving down the highway, you can just turn it up, and it's just you're banging your head to the song, And to me, it just makes me grin ear to ear. And the message wise, of course, it's great. And then lyrically and sonically, it's just it's a banger in my opinion.
It was. I was hitting that concrete hard this morning on the run. And like I said, I had to think that thing 10, 15 times played all the way down there on a 3-mile little jog / walk here too. And I tell you, man, it was just one of them headbangers and kept it going. I love the song so much. I said, I'm just going to keep it going. And of course, you play the whole album too. And I think you've got another, just a diamond in the rough too, because you talked about this one with Missing You, Missing Me. I tell you what, let's play that one now here on the show. What do we say?
Another Aaron Goodman song. Aaron Goodman. No problem. I can do it. Thanks, Aaron, for all these songs that Clay Hollis is.
You tell Aaron I said hello too. What a hell of a songwriter he is, no doubt. I've had him on the show. Fortunate enough to talk to him before, and just what a great guy, no doubt.
Heard you're still out here in the Lone Star State. Met some cowboy who rode in, and you changed your name. Maybe I don't cross your mind, I'm just someone you used to know. Every once in a while, I'm all alone. We'll start turning after 3 drinks in. Get to thinking about all they could have been. Catching up with no memory. And I'm missing you, missing me. Miss you slamming that door just to walk back in. Saying how a bad habit you just can't quit. But you kicked the fire last goodbye, I saw it in your eyes. Maybe that's why we'll start turning after 3 drinks in, get to thinking about all that could have been, catching up with no memory, that missing me. It don't mean that I want us back, that train's already ran out of track. We're both right where we're meant to be. I'm just missing you, missing me. Yeah, guess live and learn. It ain't just whiskey that burns. We'll start turning after 3 drinks in, get to thinking about all that could have been, and catching up with no memory, and I'm missing me. It don't mean that I want us back, that train's already ran out of track. Both right where we're meant to be. Yeah, right where we're supposed to be. I'm just missing you, missing me. Oh, I'm just missing you, missing me.
I tell you, he got great songs there. I tell you, Clay Hollis there, "Missing You, Missing Me" on the record "No Apologies," which came out last November 18th. So make sure you guys download, stream, get the clicks up even more, and y'all want to see it #1 on Texas charts out there too. And just keep climbing with all these songs, man, because they're great songwriters that he's worked with too. And of course, the great songwriter himself is Clay Hollis. We're gonna do one more for you in the bonus round because I've got another one there too that really hit home, man, right to the core of the heart, no doubt about it too. And it's made you think about life in general and just poured out a lot of emotions. The one I'm talking about is "Leave My Boots On." We're going to take a quick break here on the Backstage Pass. A word from our friends at Bangtail Whiskey. And, of course, coming up here at hightidecountry.net, it'll be showtime tonight. Some more great shows there archived at the sportsguyspodcast.com, presented by Bangtail Whiskey. And, of course, our friends over at Honky Tonk Texas. Derek Billingsley, we appreciate all the work you do here for the show and the support you give us out there, too, as well, and what you do for the country artist in general out there. Quick word from Bangtail Whiskey. Coming back, more with Clay Hollis here on the Backstage Pass. Hang tight.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here on the show again. Monday's actually going to be a triple header. I've not done 3 shows in quite a while, but Cassie Joy is going to lead off with a little matinee since we got some time to it. Then our good buddy Chris Colston is coming by Monday afternoon. Clay knows all about that boy from Texas right down here too. And a great another Texas country artist in his own right. Then, of course, from American Idol, you know her, you love her. I believe she got to top 10. She was up there. Mary Beth Bird is also a radio DJ out of somewhere in Arkansas, I believe. Anyway, great artist. 22, still young, and Mary Beth Bird going to come by here to share her story here on the Backstage Pass. Back here with Clay Hollis at hightidecountry.net and, of course, the sportsguyspodcast.com, presented by our friends at Bangtail Whiskey and, of course, Honky Tonk Texas. Tell you what, bonus round, if you're game, leave my boots on. What do you say?
Do it. Yeah, absolutely. So one of my favorite songs off the record, of course, and I kind of play this one a little bit weird for anyone that's wondering what I'm doing here. So
tune that thing up.
Take that B string, I tune it down to an A.
There you go.
Make this really nice open tuning right here.
Look at that.
Pretty. Anyway, we wrote this song just about living my own life, really. if you say it's your favorite song, and I love that because it's my favorite song too.
Mhm.
You know, I wear my boots pretty much everywhere I go, except when I'm in shorts. Of course, I'm in flip flops most of the time when it's 120 degrees out. I drive a diesel truck. I like to go dancing up at John T. Floor's Country Store. I think we hit the nail on the head with this song. It's called "Leave My Boots On." Oh, never really cared for them shiny new cars. I wear my Wranglers out in smoky old bars. Don't like to wear them three-piece suits. I'm the kind of guy that's gonna stick to my roots. I leave my boots on, 'cause I'm ready to go. I love a country song, some rock and roll. When my time is up and they call me home, gonna leave my boots on, boots on. Gonna leave my boots on, yeah. I drive a diesel truck with a dent in the door. Still like to do some two-stepping down at John T. Floor's. If you're looking for a good time, then baby, let's roll. I got some cash in my pocket, and I want you to know I leave my boots on, 'cause I'm ready to go. I love a country song, some rock and roll. When my time is up and they call me home, gonna leave my boots on, boots on. Gonna leave my boots on, yeah. When I get to the gate and I see St. Pete, I'll say, excuse me, sir, can I ask one thing? Can I leave my boots on? Can I leave my boots on? Can I leave my boots on? 'Cause I'm ready to go. I love my country songs, some rock and roll. When my time is up, they call me home. Gonna leave my boots on, boots on. Gonna leave my boots on. 'Cause I'm ready to go. I love a country song, some rock and roll. When my time is up, they call me home. Gonna leave my boots on, boots on. Gonna leave my boots on. Gonna leave my boots on. Gonna leave my boots on. Yeah.
Clay Hollis here, the Backstage Pass, Leave My Boots On here, again at hightidecountry.net, and of course the Sports Guys podcast.com. Great album. I've talked a lot about it here on the show with Clay today. No apologies. Last November 18th. If you haven't gotten a copy or streamed it, I don't know what you're waiting for with good country music out there too. If you're listening to somebody else, and all right, kudos to that. But if you want that 90s country feel, that's what Clay's giving you on a lot of these great songs out there too, and just fantastic songwriters too, such as Aaron Goodwin and a lot of the names that you mentioned. We'll ask you about one more off that record, and we'll get into a little bonus rapid fire here. The Honky Tonk Heartache, because if people want a really good country song too, is this one you wrote?
I did. I wrote it. Yeah, I wrote that one. Wrote that with my my buddy Dan Hudson and who else? Oh gosh, was co-write. Anyhow, it's yeah, we wrote it up in Nashville, and Will Jones. I wrote my buddy Will Jones. Man, he's those West Virginia boys right there. Will Jones, Dan Hudson, and we wrote that song, and it was just a song about living a life, man. Like out here on the road, burning it down. It's it's a little bit about myself, a little about of a make believe character, whatever it might be. But it's definitely a little honky tonk song that pays homage to George Strait, of course, being from Texas, I gotta mention George Strait in a song somewhere.
True. Yep.
And trying to think what else. It's so funny. Before you forget the lyrics until you start singing the song. So I'm trying to think of like what it talked about. But I guess the best thing to do is just shut up and play the song. So
let's do it. We're gonna do another bonus here. Honky Tonk Heartache from the album No Apologies. It's all yours.
Yeah. Well, I'm a honky tonk heartache. Don't want to see your little heart break. But if you're looking for a good time, we'll burn it down for one night. Yeah, but I give you fair warning. Ain't gonna be there in the morning. Yeah, so let's fish or cut bait. Gonna shoot you straight. Hey, I'm a honky tonk heartache. Yeah, when we get to drinking, don't you start thinking that I'm the kind of settled down. You and me, baby, can get a little crazy. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. We can pour on strong all night long. Yeah, and love like there's nothing to lose. Yeah, so hold on tight. I live a crazy life. I've gotta be honest with you. Hey, I'm a honky tonk heartache. Don't wanna see your little heart break. But if you're looking for a good time, oh, we'll burn it down for one night. Yeah, but I give you fair warning. Ain't gonna be there in the morning. Yeah, so let's fish at the bait. Gonna shoot you straight. Hey, I'm a honky tonk heartache. I ain't here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. Yeah, I ain't got no regrets. He Straight said it best. That's a song that I live by. Yeah, 'cause I'm a honky tonk heartache. Don't want to see your little heart break. But if you're looking for a good time, oh, we'll burn it down for one night. Yeah, but I'll give you fair warning. Ain't gonna be there in the morning. Yeah, so let's fish or cut bait. Gonna shoot you straight. Hey, I'm a honky tonk heartache. Yeah, so let's fish or cut bait. Gonna shoot you straight. Hey, I'm a honky tonk heartache. Something like that.
That's dance hall music right there, baby. So you get your girl Friday night, go out and have a good time, and put some drinks in the hand, and you're having a good time with Honky Tonk Heartache out there off the No Apologies album from Clay Hollis here on the Backstage Pass. Of course, the Sports Guys podcast.com and hightidecountry.net. Where to find us out there. Give Clay a like on social media out there and check out clayhollis.com. Those tour dates are definitely getting more busier now than they were back during the pandemic, of course, and definitely it's good to see Clay out there in San Antonio, one of the top Texas country artists out there on the circuit right now. All right, let's have a little fun with this and do a little rapid fire. So, favorite food for you and the boys to eat when you're on the road, what is it?
Mexican food. We're through and through the whole band. We're all Mexicans here. So yeah, I'm a proud half Mexican. My mom is beautiful. She was Gutierrez, and so of course my Mexican roots shine through. I'm always looking for fajitas, beef, chicken, tacos, you name it. That's my go-to food.
I love that too. All right, favorite beverage to either wind up or wind down. Doesn't have to be alcohol, it could be anything. What do you like?
Man, they're not good for you, but I love an ice cold Coca-Cola. And then drink of choice, probably I'm a White Claw drinker. No laws when you're drinking White Claws. Yeah.
No laws to drinking White Claws. Love that too. I know we talked about the fishing. Any other hobbies outside of fishing when you're not doing music or fishing? Any other hobbies?
Somewhat music related. Live sound is one of my my hobbies. I have a college degree in music business and sound engineering. So I enjoy running sound for other bands as well. So sometimes.
Nice. See that hidden talent too. Did not know that about my buddy Clay Hollis there too. Love that. All right, Texas. We got one sports team that is doing good right now, still in contention. Is Houston Astros baseball team. If they'll figure it out by the trade deadline, who they're going to acquire, and can they beat the Rangers, which is kind of the race. But these other Texas teams, Cowboys, Texans, Rockets, Spurs, all kind of going through the doldrums. Who do you pay attention to? Some of those, or is there other teams that you like to associate with?
I won't sugarcoat anything. I am a supporter of anything Texas. I don't care if it's college or pro. Texas, A&M, Dallas Cowboys, Houston Texans. I don't follow sports enough to honestly care or have a to have a diehard belief in something. So I'm a supporter across the board. I support anything in all Texas.
I love that. Good stuff there. Of course, I love
I will add that I'm more of a baseball fan than anything.
Okay.
I do enjoy baseball, but I'll sit through a basketball game, and of course when football season rolls around, I like football, but I can't pinpoint a team. I don't think. Texas, of course, you got to support the Cowboys. Like I said, anything Texas.
Yeah, I'm hoping to support the Cowboys this year and hopefully break a little. It last 25, 30 years since that last Super Bowl. You start going, man, this is come on, Dak. Let's play up to our potential and let's go. Let's find a back, I guess, to Tony Pollard and offensive line and get some protection and got some good receivers. Now's the time for McCarthy to put it all together in Dallas, no doubt about it, for the season. Training camp opens this weekend and next week too as well.
We'll see
those specific dates. Yeah,
we'll see. I won't hold my breath.
I was going to say, my buddy's out there. I know it's starting. I think it's this week. Is my buddy Randy works for the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop here in Beaumont, and he actually flew out to California where they have the training camp out there. So we're talking a little bit today. I said, hey, new year, same old Dak. We'll see what happens, but I'll believe it when I see it for each weekly football game that they play out there too. All right, I got to ask you about this. First song to ever sing live on stage. What was it for Clay?
Oh gosh, first song to ever play live.
That could be yours. Could be a cover.
I don't know. I don't know what song it was, but growing up, I cut my teeth in the dance halls here in San Antonio, and my forte is anything like 90s country. So
okay.
I guarantee you it was probably like a Dwight Yoakam song or a Brooks and Dunn song or something like that. I've got an extensive list of covers that I still pull out every now and then. Yeah, it'd probably be something like that, but that's a good question. I have no idea of what song was actually the first song you ever sang.
As long as it was 90s country, my friend, that's all that matters. That was my favorite decade in all history of country music too out there too. And this album reflects a lot of the great 90s country heroes that we grew up listening to, man. Your music is so authentic. It's so true to its core. And definitely there's something for everybody on this record too. No Apologies is out there across all the digital platforms. I know that musicians never rest on their laurels. There's always something new they're working on too. And you guys are excited about, I'm sure, new music coming out either toward the end of this year or the first part of 2024. Man, I always appreciate you, dropping us a vine here on the Backstage Pass, the one, the only Clay Hollis. Man, appreciate you so much, and definitely looking forward to catching the show again, brother, one day.
Hey, Brandon, I appreciate it. Thanks for all the questions, and happy to be here. Looking forward to the next one, and wish you all the luck. See y'all next time.
You got it, man. No Apologies across all the digital platforms. And be sure and check out clayhollis.com there, too. My voice was just cracking. I'm like, man, just still trying to get back to full strength from that deep sea fishing trip, too, because it took it out of me. No doubt about it, too. But Dolphin Docks is one of the best ones to go with in Port Aransas, Texas, if you're ever going to go offshore and just enjoy all types of fishing down there. Appreciate the Captain Tim and those guys and the entire gang down there, too. Also appreciate Bangtail Whiskey and our friends at Honky Tonk Texas, also at hightidecountry.net. And also all the shows archived at the sportsguyspodcast.com. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Canadian country artist Andrew Hyatt. And then next week, Cassie Joy, Chris Colston, and, of course, Mary Beth Bird here on the Backstage Pass. Until then, have a great night. We'll see you soon. Take care.